All right, happy Monday, everyone. We are here for the winners bracket round 3 match between the Washed Hundoers and Phantom Empire. And today I am Katie, and today I'm joined by my former runner, Fuchs. How are you?
Hi. Hello.
All right. So right now our teams are in their respective voice chats. We are getting the countdown to the board reveal and the 5-minute routing time. And off they are with the board, and the board will be revealed shortly for us. And there it is. All right, let's take a look. We have 5 towers, which actually isn't terrible with the bliss glitch. Makes movement very easy, and 5 towers really isn't that bad. Trying to look at what would be our
There's
level
also
20.
Wasteland on the board, which has synergy with the 5 towers.
Yeah, absolutely. So obtain an ancient weapon, bow, and shield. So I believe that is our 25 goal. All of our tournaments are run on a normal board, which means there's at least one long goal. I think 45 minutes is the average for just completing that one goal in of itself. So every normal board would have at least one of them, and that is that one for this board. 10 books, yeah, that's a fun one. Get to travel travel to quite a few places for that one.
Yeah, that has some sort of synergy with the 5 towers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been looking at the more quicker goals, the one we've probably been seeing first. The blue Hinox isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Shrouded Shrine does sound worse than it is, because with the BLSS it's doable pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fireproof Elixir is also just one BLSS.
Mm-hmm.
Give Beetle a Beetle, also a quick one. Assuming you know good locations for beetles on plateau, but I think all runners do know that.
Yeah.
We have the one secret hot spring, that's also a quick one, and any hasty meal. I think we are gonna see a race for any hasty meal.
I agree. That one is pretty fast, especially for our bingoers, our season 1. Like I said, we're in the round 3 of our winners bracket, so everyone's won a couple of matches at this point. So yeah, I agree. I think that one's going to be one of the first ones to go, and I would maybe think Wasteland Tower. That's not too far from plateau. You got to do a little bit of climbing or some really good vertical wind bombs, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a good tower to grab, definitely, because it's the second highest tower out of all the towers.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it's just a great BLSS point.
Yeah. And then you're 2/5 of the way there for activating the 5, because per bingo rules, the things that you collect, or I guess if you're new to the Breath of the Wild bingo, everyone is starting at the top of the plateau after just collecting the paraglider. They have not collected anything else. They've done the 4 shrines and they've done the tower. So the 4 shrines and the tower do count towards activate 5 towers. So technically they all have 1 tower activated. So if you have plateau and you do wasteland, again, you're 2/5 of the way there, which as Fuchs pointed out, Wasteland is the second highest tower, so it makes getting to other towers very easy.
Now we still have 2 minutes of routing time.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think, what would I do if I had to do this board? I think the blue Hinox is probably something I would do pretty early, probably after the hasty meal.
Yeah.
Western Tower, as said, is probably something that's good to get early. I'm not really sure about kill all enemies in the Colosseum. That sounds relatively quick, but you need some weapons for that.
Mm-hmm.
So probably Maybe that's doable if you go to Mount Satori first and pick up the Forest Dweller's bow there and some bomb arrows on Plat.
Yeah. I mean, I will also shout out my favorite early shrine in Bingo, and that is Kamyatalk. It is right next to the central tower. You can get an Edge of Duality, you can get 2 ancient swords, you can get a knight's. It's not a broadsword. One of the knight's swords. It's a one-handed. It has an attack of 26, which I really like.
I think
That's
it's just called Night Sword.
the knight's sword. Okay, yeah. So, and we are counting down, and our runners are now off. But yeah, that's a really good early shrine. Plus, there's a diamond in it, so if you need early money, it's one of my favorite shrines. So
Funny to see. Both Shadow and Stwemp went for the running over Temple of Time roof. That's actually something we talked about after our match. That's probably the fastest way to get to a bow and a shield if you just pick up the one at the Boko camp there.
Yeah.
So they will also be going for the bomb arrows here. Kunzi seems to be going to the any percent Boko camp, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
which is another very popular camp.
Yeah, that's probably an indicator that he's BLSSing soon, maybe.
Yeah, but again, it's really hard to say no to 5 bomb arrows that are really close. I always like to go to the old man's house. I like to get the bomb arrows, I like to get a couple, I like to get the bows. There's quite a few mushrooms around there, plus the worm doublet. It makes doing bingos a little bit easy because it does give you that first level cold protection. So I just like having the
also a big upside to going to the old man's hut is that you don't have to deal with any Bokos that early. And I mean, the early game, it's always, at least at this level, pretty tight. So every RNG that you can avoid, it's probably good to avoid it.
Absolutely, yeah. And Schwemp using a bomb to do that, to kill that Boko, I really like that strat. I usually grab the bow and then the arrows right in Temple of Time before going to the old man's hat. So I usually just shoot it with an arrow. But I like that strat for something like a lockout where every second can matter.
Yeah. So we just saw Pancake Turtle grabbing the any hasty meal. And it looks like Kunzi is going to do the Wasteland Tower. And
Wasteland Koroks. No. Why is he getting that? It's Woodland Koroks. Oh no, okay, he's just using it for a wind bomb spot. I was like, did I misread that goal? Because I thought it was Woodland. But there is a Korok in that tree, so. But yeah, we had a couple of questions about which shrine is the Shrouded Shrine. It's the one that is behind Korok Forest, that is in pitch black, and you gotta kill the Hinox. Or if you're good, you bliss over it. You can see where the orb is for the Hinox. Just land on it, grab it, and run for your life, which is nice. Mrs. Spock also mentioned that the Fireproof Elixir can be bought, so it's interesting whether they're going to go to Foothill Stable to just buy the elixir, or possibly go to Kaiawan. You can buy what you need from Beetle there. So, and speaking of Beetle, Phantom Empire just gave Beetle a Beetle, so we're tied up, though Kunzi's just about to get the Wasteland Tower, and uncontested, so that's going to give him a nice little head start there.
Yeah, definitely. Now, maybe Stwemp is going for the blue Hinox? It looks like, at least.
I think so, yeah. Can you kill it with just a handful of bomb arrows? I guess if you land on it.
15 bomb arrows are enough. Also, you can just pick up the weapons from it, and that's usually enough to kill it.
Which is what he's doing, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good strat. Yeah, if you can land on it or knock him down once, you can pick up those weapons, then use it to kill him. Yeah, I
Now
didn't see that he
Shadow
had
is
15.
going into Farron, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe he wants to do the rubber thighs.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. And Pancake Turtle's also heading there too. So we might see a race for the rubber tights, because that is the Song of Stormshine, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, it should be that one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
either the armor or the thighs. I just know that the helmet is the one you get from the quest at the stable.
Yeah. And that would go towards I thought we had a complete 3 cast quest. That is a cast quest. So that kind of is doing it's the Tights and Farron. Thank you, Sean. I can never remember. I remember that there's a rubber piece of something here, but I can never remember which one's which. Shrimp is back at the Blue Bokoblin, so I think we must have missed a death. I'm more interested in this race to the Tights, but it looks like Pancake Turtle is going to probably win that.
And it looks like Kunzi is heading to Castle.
Possibly to get some ancient arrows to do the Colosseum.
That could be a good play, yeah.
Or going past that and going... No, it's definitely going to Castle because it dropped the Bliss. I was thinking he could just be going to the Shrouded Shrine. And yeah, there we go. Pancake has gotten the rubber tights, and we are up 3-1. But at this point, both teams have fantastic players and fantastic bingoers, so it still really is anyone's game. And there we go. Shrimp got the kill of Blue Hinox. So yeah, that was a nice kill there. I'm trying to figure out where Shadow is now heading towards. Possibly the Tabantha region. Oh, possibly the Secret Spring.
That might be the case. Yeah, you can actually go there from Cryo. Gives you just enough height to go through the whole Tabantha region and get to the lowest of the 3 springs.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's another quick one that we're gonna see go. But we're starting. Ooh, and Pancake getting sniped by something electric. Farron is notorious for that. And Kunzi is in Castle picking up weapon.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And food.
Maybe he wants to do the Stalnox. That would be something I would pick up more weapons for.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Or maybe, as you mentioned, the all enemies in the Colosseum. Maybe both.
Could be both, yeah. And yeah, Shadow is getting closer. It is a far Bliss, but you can definitely get there. But ooh, he's cutting it close with the heart. Oh, he'll be okay. I was about to say, like, getting the cold region, when you're blissing, you can't pause, you can't, move your current, you can't let your stick go neutral. So you have to make sure that you're prepared to survive any of that when you're in the middle of it.
And now we're back to 3-3.
Yeah, Konsu may want weapons for the compendium because we do have a compendium 10 equipment. So there's a lot of different equipment in the castle. So yeah, it would definitely double duty. We have some synergy between some of these goals, getting weapons and yeah, heading towards the lockup. So I definitely think he's going to be doing the Stalnox. But having good weapons, getting the Stalnox, and castle, and then if you end up doing the camera, then you have weapons to take pictures of.
Yeah, doing the Style Knocks and Castle is definitely a good play here. Especially since that one rewards you with a great shield.
Yeah.
Now Pancake Turtle just did pick up another cast quest. And we have the Fireproof Elixir for Phantom Empire.
Yep, looks like they bought what they needed from Beetle, and yeah, would we be seeing the Amber Earrings first or the Ancient Weapons? Yeah, the Amber Earrings you need to collect 10 flint, and flint can be ever elusive in this game. You never find flint when you need it. So it's one that people tend to avoid, so much so that I have a flint emote that is we like to drop in my chat when we need flint, hopefully to be blessed by the flint RNG gods. But yeah, Konsi now has defeated the Hinox, got some good weapons, has a good shield. And we're tied again. We're at 4-4. So now we're starting to see some of these longer goals start to be worked on.
Yeah, I think the next 3-1 we see is probably Shroud to try and complete 3 cast quests and kill all enemies in the Colosseum. Those do look the fastest.
Yeah. Yeah, and if Konsi hadn't left the castle, could have gotten 3 books there. Because there's 2 with Zelda and then the King's Diary in the library. Which put you a decent chunk ahead, but Konsi decided to leave, maybe thinking that might be something that they worry about later. Because that's a longer goal that does require some travel, so there's no danger of it being taken right away. You can have some time to start getting set up for some of these longer goals. Oh, and Shadow just died in one of the shrines.
Yeah, both Konsi and Pancake Turtle are probably pretty comfortable with this board since there's 3 relatively long Korok goals on the board. And that's something that both of them are really, really good at. And I'm not really sure if Wamp and Shadow have practiced Koroks that much.
Yeah, I know Shadow is not a fan of Korok goals. Having done several co-op bingos with him, does not like the Korok goals. So, but Pancake Turtle is now getting another cast quest. That should be his 3rd, if I remember correctly. But yeah, as Sean had said in the chat, you know, these are seasoned bingoers. They've all participated in, I think, all of the tournaments, if I remember correctly. And obviously the Washed Hundoers have previously run 100%. So these are very seasoned players, and they kind of know which ones are the fast goals. So which ones are more likely to go first.
I think Pancake Turtle and Konsi are both currently 4th and 3rd place at 100% speedrunning.
Okay. I haven't checked the leaderboard lately, so I'll trust you on that. Yeah, are we about to have our first snipe?
And we had the modest test of strength. I think Shadow did that.
Yes.
So now Phantom Empire is actually leading. Well, not anymore. Okay.
Not anymore. Yeah, I don't think we've had a snipe yet. They've kind of went on their ways, on their separate ways.
Yeah, I can't even remember if the Washed Hundoers were going for... no, Phantom Empire was going for any hasty meal.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think they opted to start doing the blue Hinox and
Now Kenzie is done with the Shrouded Shrine.
yeah. So we were at 6-5 again. Like, oh, I love when we get to this point where like they're just going back and forth and it's a tight race. It's just, it makes it exciting to see. All right, which of these next goals are gonna go? We're starting to get into the longer ones, the 4 stamina vessels, which is why I think Konzi is opting to actually get the orb from this shrine. So typically, when you have like task quest or shrine quest, you don't actually need to complete the shrine. Once the shrine is kind of like, you know, popped out of the ground or officially activated, that's when the game marks the quest complete. So you don't actually need to complete the shrine. So I think the fact that Konzi is picking up something like that, which is a blessing, you don't need to do anything else within the shrine, it will give him the advantage for getting the 4 stamina vessels.
Yeah,
And
which
yeah,
is a smart play, definitely. Shadow seems to be picking up the towers now.
Yeah, which is a good. Yeah, that's one that I thought we might have seen a little bit earlier, but we still are only 15 minutes in, and we're already at 11 goals down. So this just shows you like how fast our teammates can, our teams can go. Looks like Pancake is working on getting the rubber armor.
Yeah, the thing with towers is just always that you have to sit through this really long cutscene every time.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up how many towers Shadow has right now.
I think that was his second one. I didn't see much else of the map filled in. So I think that was his second. Trying to see. Looks like Schwemp's heading to CAC. Possibly to start camera? To get the 10 equipment and compendium. There's quite a few equipment in Hatno, so like that's not a bad idea. But yeah, you gotta go to CAC, you gotta sit through Impa telling you all of the things, and...
Maybe he's going there for side quests too.
Yes. There are quite a few side quests in CAC. Especially the 4 Coco, which is very popular. Because if you know what the 4 things that she needs, that's pretty trivial, so...
Now we have Shadow at Woodland Tower. And that is actually a good tower to get here, because it has pretty much the same height as the Nairo Tower, so he will probably go there after.
Mm-hmm. And then if he decides, if Shadow, you know, decides to do the Woodland Koroks, now he has the tower. Woodland is a little, not super Korok dense. There's not a lot of Koroks that are necessarily next to each other. So having the tower will make getting 9 Koroks a lot easier if you're not already familiar with where all the Koroks are.
Now we have the rubber armor from Pancake Turtle. So all the rubber pieces are gone from the board.
Yep.
I would be surprised if Shadow went for the Woodland Koroks now. I think both Ramp and Shadow will delay that until later.
I
Maybe
agree.
they're not going to do it anyway because they're at a big disadvantage by doing Korok goals. They're probably better off to focus on other things.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think they'll recognize that Korok goals are not their strength, so might as well work on the goals that you know that you can do faster. Because if you're not familiar with doing a specific area's Korok goals, it can be pretty slow to do.
Now it looks like Schwemp is going for the side quests, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Or is he just trying to get to the shrine here and heading over to Latino?
Alright, Consi just got a Korok. Is Consi doing Woodland Koroks? It looks like it.
That looks like Woodland Koroks, yeah.
Yeah. Again, you don't want to mess with Hundoers and their Koroks. They know these Koroks like the back of their hand. They have the optimal routing. They know.
Yeah, he will probably have that in no time.
Yeah. And I was about to say, are we seeing... yeah, now we're seeing Tabantha Koroks from
And
Pancake.
we have
so...
Shadow at Laniro Tower, just as expected.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, Schwemp is picking up some carrots.
I'm a little surprised that Washed Hunters are already going for the Koroks. I thought they might delay that a little bit more, since they can be pretty sure that Phantom Empire isn't going for Koroks.
Right, but I mean, they might want to go for more of the mind game of like, well, like 9 isn't terrible if you know where Koroks are. So that would put them up, 9 to 5, 9 to 7 if Phantom Empire gets another goal. So it might be more of a mind game of, kind of thinking that they need to get ahead. Because it can be really demoralizing when you see that the opponent is up so much further. Because then you're like, oh my gosh, now we do need to start considering, like, how are we going to get some of these longer goals? Who can can start maybe going all the way up to Akala for Super Gut Check Challenge, or who's in a better position to do 11 side quests, stuff like that.
Yeah, and just the fact that they are going up against Pancake Turtle and Kunzi, that is a pretty scary team to go against already.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they met before in last year's tournament, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and Washed Hunters also won that, I think.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a rematch from last time, and knowing that you lost last time, it's a mind game going on too, and that's what I love about Lockout. There's a lot of mind stuff going on.
Yeah, and it's really stressful for the runners.
Yeah.
Now we have Kunzi with 9 Woodland Koroks already.
Mm-hmm. Shadow should be pretty close to the 5 towers at this point. This is either 5 or this might be 4. We'll see once the drop hits the pedestal. Okay, and that was 5. Okay.
Now we are at 8 to 6, and Phantom Empire is still pretty much in the game, because the fact that both the Washed Hunters are going for Koroks right now gives them a little time to catch up.
Mm-hmm. As we can see, Schwemp is in Hat now, heading up to the tech lab, so probably going to get the camera. Yeah, the 10 compendium is the only camera goal required. Though you do need to activate the tech lab you need to activate the Hatno tech lab before you can do the Akala tech lab. There's both pros and cons to that. It's nice when you have, like, if you just need to read Robbie's diary, you don't have to deal with Robbie being in there with Akala. But if you have something like possibly attaining an ancient weapon, bow, and shields, then you have to do the Hatno tech lab before Robbie will even be there. So, but I think in this case it works out okay because there is another camera goal. So you're not doing the tech lab for just one goal. You have 2 potential goals there.
Now Now we have Fancy at Mount Satori.
Getting all the yummy hearty durians. Every bingoer's one of their favorite foods.
Yeah, it's a really good spot too.
Yeah, I always like to tell people, you know, if you are, if you're just starting with bingo, Mount Satori not only has like all the food you need, but Moglatan, the shrine on Satori, is suspicious. Like you would not think it's as high elevation wise as it actually is. So it's a really good spot early bingo for blissing. It gets you in a lot of places. So
yeah, not only the height, just the location on the map is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Pretty central. Also, there's the diamond on Mount Satori and the Forest Dweller's bow. Actually, there's two if you get the one in the shrine too, which is a really good bow.
Yeah.
Now we have Kunzi going over to the Gerudo Highland region, so he's probably picking up those Koroks too.
Which, see, if I was them, I would wait because, like, no one wants to do Gerudo Koroks. The Koroks are just so spread out. You definitely either need the cold protection or you need to have really good movement with a lot of food. But Pancake is in Rito Village, and the only thing I could possibly think is remake a champion's weapon or shield. So is he thinking of maybe doing Meadow?
It must be Meadow. There's no other reason to go there really. Maybe for side quests, but I also think it's for Meadow.
Yeah. Which I would not think we'd be seeing that this early. There's what I would think are shorter goals.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Meadow still is a good goal to get actually because of the 4 stamina vessels. That's one full
true.
heart container you could trade in later.
That's true. That's
also
true.
the bow you get is really good.
The bow is good, and as Sean pointed out, would come in handy for a gut check. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you know what? The more I think about it, yeah, this is probably a good move for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And also Meadow is definitely the fastest of the divine beasts to get.
Yeah. He did get a diamond. Yeah, he did stop on Satori to pick up the diamond. And yeah, just buying things up. So yeah, this is probably a good move. And we got Schwemp in.
Looking for Prior's Diary.
Yes.
Sadly, I
And
didn't
there it
pick
is.
up how many diaries he's already
I
collected.
think that's his first one. Yeah, that's his first book, and Jason's thinking Pancake is the only one with one side quest. So starting on stuff, but not.
Yeah, it's really insane to see how fast Kunzi is with those Koroks.
Yeah.
Like, Gerudo Highland is such a bad place to be anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of wind bombing, and he's really quick with those.
Shadow getting an Ore and G diamond. Yeah, that's Mrs. Spock is right. I forgot that you can burn the Great Eagle Bow. So that would not be too difficult of a goal. I completely forgot that the bow is burnable. So.
But even dropping it and warping away is still pretty fast.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that either.
Now Shadow is heading back to Woodland Tower. Maybe he's going to go to Castle?
Yeah, I'm curious now. Is he going into Korok? No, okay.
Oh, it
I was like,
looks like he's going for Shrouded Shrine, maybe? Didn't he realize that it's already off the board?
yeah, I'm confused because yeah, I don't know.
And we have Schwamp with 10 equipment in Compendium.
Yep. So now we're 9-7. I mean, it's still
It's still everybody's game, yeah.
still anyone's game for sure. For sure.
But it will be a lot harder now since Kenzie is done with his Gerudo Koroks, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Or almost done, at least. And once he goes back to doing something else, he will compete with Phantom Empire again.
Yeah. And did Schwemp read the old man's diary?
It looked like it, yeah.
Okay. I was looking at a different... So that puts him up at 2 books. And yeah, Pancake is definitely going for Meadow. And honestly, I think that's probably a good... Oh, and the Moblins. The number of times I've been sniped by Moblins in this area.
Now maybe this is a good time to mention that this is a match where DLC isn't allowed. So finding 10 books is a lot harder now. With the DLC it would be pretty easy. But in this case the books are really spread out.
Which I'm surprised. I thought maybe Shadow might be a better one for that, just because with the towers you can maneuver a little bit easier, a little bit less blissing having to be done,
and it looks like Shadow is trying to get some flint, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's been hitting a lot of ore. Now, there are quite a few static flint, and that's usually where I like to start. There's one on Plateau. He has quite a few towers, so he can get to... oh, I'm forgetting which stable. The one in Woodland that's kind of across from the Heber Tower. There's a static flint there. There's a static flint at the Heber stable.
It looks like Kenzie is going for more shrines now, so maybe Pancake Turtle isn't the one that's going to trade in his heart container for another stamina vessel.
Yeah, maybe not. Again, as a Hundoer, you're doing shrines all the time. And yeah, it's not surprising that they would go for some... Like, they're definitely playing to their strengths between the Koroks, going for shrines. That's great because, you know, use your Hundo knowledge for stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost feels like they don't really need to go for mind games, since a lot of the goals are just a lot easier for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, because they know where all the side quests are. They know the shrines. They know the Koroks. Yeah, this, you know, I think this board definitely plays to their strengths for sure.
I'm a little surprised that kill all enemies in the Colosseum is still on the board.
Same, yeah.
I think I would have picked it up earlier. And I think it's a really good play that Kenzie didn't finish the Gerudo Koroks.
Yeah. I think he has 5. He's only got to have like 1 left, I think.
Yeah, maybe he maybe did it and didn't mark it.
Yeah, that's also possible. Yeah. You know, there's nothing in the rules against not marking a goal that you have completed. You've always run the risk of not, you know, of getting sniped if you do that. But I think in this case, it's probably a good idea because now they have no idea. Like, Phantom Empire doesn't really know what Wash Hundoers are doing. They know that they've gotten the other Koroks, but right now there's really nothing indicating what goals they're currently working on. So, and Wash Hundoers probably know that, like, Shadow and Schwump don't necessarily like to do Korok, so it's probably a relatively safe one to not mark right away.
Yeah, especially with Gerudo Koroks.
Mm-hmm. No one wants to do Gerudo Koroks.
Yeah, they might actually be the worst ones. Akala is pretty bad too, but...
Akala, it depends on how many, because there are quite a few right around the tower.
Yeah, true. Those are easy, yeah.
So if there's like 6, that's not too bad. If you're like pushing 15 Akala Korok, then you're getting to kind of annoying. Because Akala does have some of the worst Koroks, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also just moving around in Akala isn't fun.
Yeah. Alright, and Konsi and my favorite bingo shrine, Kamyatak. Yeah, you get a good wind bomb, you go straight to the
Not
that's
even
a wind
picking
bomb.
up the diamond.
Yeah. That's a wind bomb I can do, and that's saying a lot. My wind bombs are not as consistent as I would like, and that's a wind bomb I can do. So someone who's a seasoned runner can easily do that. So that's a nice quick shrine. And again, it's really close to plateau, so and yeah, Shadow is still just trying to farm. Oh, got another flint. I didn't see where he's up at yet, but hitting all the ore spots. Like I said, I'm surprised he's not going for some of the static ones. 9 last you saw? Okay. Which isn't terrible for how long he's been farming. He's gotten some pretty decent flint RNG.
Yeah, that's true. I'm wondering what Dwemp is up to. Because he's still collecting weapons. Maybe it is for kill all enemies in the Colosseum?
Possibly. I think the only one that you really need to worry about is the Lionel, but if you pick up an Ancient Arrow, the rest of the one are not that difficult.
Yeah, but it's still a lot.
Yeah, it's still a lot, but I could see wanting to have a handful of good weapons with decent durability. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that he could have 9 flint for 10 minutes.
maybe he's
Okay,
also collecting weapons for the remake Champions weapon, because he's probably has no idea that Pancake Turtle is at that right now.
True. Alright, and Pancake is now fighting Windblight. And yeah, Konsi's just continuing to just collect these shrines, knows where all the good blessing ones are.
Now, Dwemp is heading up to the library, it seems like, so maybe he's picking up the King's Diary as well.
Yeah. Like we were talking about earlier, you can get 3 books pretty quickly here. Let's see. Konsi's at 10 orbs right now. Yeah, because I don't think any of our runners turned in any of their beginning 4 orbs. I think they all went off on their separate ways.
Yeah, which is definitely a good play at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You can always backtrack later once the quick goals are off the board.
Yeah. And if Consi kind of had an idea that they were going to be going for stamina vessels, not even waste time, just do it later.
Now Shadow is heading over to the wasteland region, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That means he has collected enough flint.
Yes, he has the 10 flint, so I think he's probably heading to get into Gerudo now to get the amber earrings. All right, Pancake just finished. Finished the Divine Beast, but didn't go get the Eagle's Bow. Which, slightly confusing, because I thought for sure we were going to be seeing her making a champion's weapon.
Maybe he's also going to delay that?
Possibly.
I mean, at this point, they can end the match really quick if they just delay a few goals.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're at 10-7 now, so they only need 3. So they did end up hitting the 6 Gerudo Koroks. Consi is very close to being able to turn in for 4 stamina vessels. So I think,
and
unfortunately,
Is finally doing all the Colosseum enemies.
there. Which for right now is safe. I don't think Washed Hundoers are anywhere doing that yet. So, but yeah, I think unfortunately Jason's not going to be getting his dream of seeing someone obtain an ancient weapon, bow, and shield. Because right now, neither team, like, they're not really fighting for particular goals. So,
yeah, and Washed Hundoers is still leading 3 goals, and they pretty much got the remake, the champion's weapon, in the bag.
yeah. And I'm gonna see. It will go undone for another day. Yeah. One day we'll see it in a tournament match. All right, and Consi now has 12 orbs, so now it's just gotta go turn it in and get 4 stamina vessels.
Now, I'm interested in if he's also delaying that one, so they might be trying to close the match out in one final mark of 3 goals at once.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's... I think you're at this point where, like, you don't really know what the other team's working on. Do you really want to risk that?
Yeah, true. On the other hand, there's this 3-goal lead that Washed Hundoers have, and a 3-goal lead in this phase of the game is pretty hard to overcome.
Yeah. It really is. But, I mean, you never know. It just depends on how quickly some of these goals get done, because Schwemp is finishing up the Colosseum. And Shadow is going to be heading to Gerudo Town to turn that in. So
That might turn it into 10-9.
yeah. Yeah, Pancake drowning, getting zapped by the Guardian at the same time is, whew. It's impressive. It's impressive. But I mean, like we're only 45 minutes in, and we've seen 17 goals done already. Like,
yeah, that's really impressive.
I'm so impressed, especially because we've seen 3 Korok goals gone like within that 45 minutes. It's amazing. It's amazing, and a Divine Beast done. All right.
Now I think this might be the last enemy Schwamp is missing.
Yeah, I think so. Pancake is cutting down trees.
And Shadow has the Amber Earrings.
There we go. Yeah, so now we're back into 2, and Schwemp should be just about done. Needs 5 wood for the remake. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I forgot that you needed the 5
probably
wood.
already has the diamond.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he was just picking up the 5 wood. Now he's getting the bow. We'll probably burn it and then get it remade. Just watching it go up in flames. Yeah, the tree. He definitely struggled with the trees. They were falling in weird directions, so he couldn't hit them. And all right, now Shadow's also heading to Tabantha.
And we also have all the enemies in the Colosseum marked finally.
Yes. So now
it's back to 10 to 9.
Oh, it's so close. I love watching matches like this. It is nerve-wracking as a runner, but fantastic as a viewer.
yeah, and both our teams here are putting up a really good show.
And Conzi's still getting shrine. Oh, he needs 16 shrines. Oh, I can math. 4 times 4 is 16.
Yeah, so 1 shrine left and then he will be done.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me that. See, listen, I'm a musician. Once I get past 8, that's when it gets a little fuzzy.
So maybe whatever Pancake Turtle is doing right now might end the game.
Yes. Because he did mark remake a champion's weapon, and I think Shadow now realizes that. I don't know what he's still doing. I mean, there are a couple of quests that you can pick up here that aren't terrible. But Pancake is blissing. I'm trying to figure out where.
Maybe the gut check challenge?
I would hope so.
Somewhat in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like Shadow just intentionally bombed himself.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like Pancake is heading towards gut check, going around the back of Eldon.
Yeah, and that's probably the best play.
Yeah. Because Consi's going to be finishing this up pretty quickly. This is his last shrine. He just needs to turn them in. Now Shadow's also getting this shrine. I mean, at this point, like, what else are you going to go for? You might as well try to go for the 4 stamina vessels because you have no idea. Like, he has no idea that Consi's essentially just 1 warp away from it.
Yeah, they basically just need to hope that they are sniping washed Hundoers with their last attempts.
Yeah. Yep, now Pancake is now at Gut Check Rock. Yeah, and
now
Schwemp...
he needs to complete the challenge twice, since it's the super gut check challenge, not the normal one.
Okay. I was about to say, does he have enough rupees? And I look now, I see that he has, well, plenty of them. Yeah, but Schwemp is getting close with the books. Again, uncontested. Like, we haven't really had that many snipes. They kind of both went off on their own ways, so...
Yeah, part of the reason is definitely that there's so many Korok goals on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have currency turning in the containers.
Yep. And Pancake utilizing the Rivali's Gale as expected to make this a little bit easier. And get there with plenty of time to spare. Yeah, and Jason's right. Like, our runners, especially on Washed Hundoer side, focused on 1 goal at a time. We definitely have seen some snipes in previous matches where a team was working on a couple of goals at one time, but Washed Hundoers, you know, they got a goal and that's what they focused on, and they worked on that only. And that's definitely a strat for sure, to try not to do too much at one time. It's easy to get in that mindset when you do that co-op, but when you're in a lockout and
it has been quite a long time.
Yeah, you can't. Sometimes those seconds do matter.
Yeah, yeah.
But you remember me, don't you?
All right, and Pancake now on the second.
Oh. Oh.
Second gut check.
Oh.
Now the real question is, are Phantom Empire able to get another goal in before this ends?
I think Schwemp should be close to the 10 books. I think he has 9 now. So he just needs 1 more book, and that'll get them 10 books. I don't know what Shadow might be Shadow might be heading towards gut check. Yeah, it looks like it. Just because he had the Woodland Shrine, so blissing to gut check isn't too bad from that position.
Yeah.
I think maybe another shrine would have been a little bit better, just because Woodland's really not that high, especially when you have to get around Eldin, which is giant mountain with lots of random weird peaks for you to run into. But it looks like he's gonna make it there just fine. Just he doesn't know that Pancake already has done half of it, so. But Pancake did have to reload. Looks like it had a little bit of issue starting to get up the rock. Even with Rivali's
really,
scale.
really unlikely that Shadow catches up to Pancake Turtle. I do hope so that he does, because I would also like to see obtain an ancient weapon, bow, and shield. But
right?
I mean, either way, this was an incredible match so far. I mean, we're at 55 minutes roughly, and we have at least 21 goals marked. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's really fast.
It's just so fast. It's so fast. I was like, oh man, I wonder if I can comment one. I need to make sure I'm done by I got to make sure I'm done before my kids get home from school, but that's not going to be an issue at all. Like, I'm going to have time to spare after this.
Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting it to go this fast. I figured we were going to see a close race, but I didn't think we'd see a close race in under an hour. Pancake struggling a little bit with the super gut check.
Yeah, and Shadow is finally here.
So if Pancake keeps struggling with this, Shadow might have a chance.
There might be a chance. And if Shadow is able to get this before, there's actually a race going on still. Because I'm not entirely sure on what currency is working right now.
Yeah, is that the tech lab?
Maybe he's doing the ancient weapon, bow, and shield right now.
That's the only thing that he could be doing. Because this needs to be activated before you can go to Akala. I'm shocked that he's starting that over doing 11 side quests. Unless he's thinking...
he might think that Phantom Empire already is some side quests in, so...
Yeah. Yeah, Shadow...
Probably same for 10 books.
Yeah, I agree. Because he knows Pancake is working on Gut Check Challenge. So, and he's probably thinking at this point... yeah, the other ones must be started. Because who's going to start obtaining ancient bow, weapon, and shield at this point? Like, we know that's the level 25 goal. We're not going to be seeing it. So, now, I don't know if I've ever done the super gut check. How many rupees do you need for that?
I think it's 300, but I'm not completely sure. But I can look it up.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. So, but yeah, Shadow made some stam food, which is probably
300 rupees.
Okay, thank you. Pancake's just struggling with this.
And if he keeps struggling, this could actually be a chance for Phantom Empire to catch up to them.
Yeah. Especially because he keeps doing wind bombs and he's kind of going slightly outside of the range, so he keeps being disqualified. That's happened a couple of times at this point, whereas Shadow's going the more casual route, just climbing slowly, but that might get him the goal.
Yeah. It just comes to show that consistency is sometimes the better play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm confused what Schwemp's doing. I mean, he has to be close to the 10 books by this point. I thought he only needed one more. Unless he's like holding off on it to maybe bait the Hundoers into doing that. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, but that's just such a risky play. You're down 3 goals at this point. But maybe you're hoping that gives Shadow time to do gut check, because that hasn't been marked yet. And it looks like Pancake's starting to go slightly more casual. He's still doing a lot of jumping, though, which just eats up so much stamina. But...
And it looks like Shadow is done with the normal gut check challenge. So he actually did somewhat caught up to Pancake Turtle.
Yeah, this is our first race for a goal. All match. So this is going to be fascinating to see. I still think Pancake is going to have the slight edge because he's getting a silver rupee. I saw him get a purple rupee earlier. He kind of knows where these bigger rupees are, and since you need 300 in the same amount of time, it's good to know where those are, but
yeah, and it's really hard to do that one casually.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't even realize that there was another one. I always just did the first one. I was like, all right, I got the shine. I'm good. I'm happy. But yeah, Shadow has stamp food, so he might actually eke this out. In which case, then it's gonna get real interesting real fast.
Yeah, definitely. Then it probably will come down to Kenzie doing the ancient weapon, bow and shield.
Yeah. Oh, there is a gold rupee, and that's what Pancake might be trying to find. Yeah, I was about to say, he's got the silver rupee. I was seeing him get the purple. Because I don't think you need to do the super gut check for 100%.
No, I think not. It's just a normal minigame.
Yeah, no, it's not needed. So, yeah, I agree. I think at this point he probably could have been better casual. Yep, because there he goes. Getting out. At least he has a nice reload, but this is exciting.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good real fast.
Yeah, now both Shadow and Pancake Turtle are basically even.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
if this
now the
snipe
question
happens,
is, what is Schwamp up to?
I don't know.
I actually can't tell. I don't know of any side quests here.
I can't think of any.
Maybe he's going for the book at the shrine quest here, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
possibly.
that's probably it, yeah.
And we've got Concy Furman for Guardian parts.
Yeah, it's still hard to win this for Phantom Empire since they would need every goal.
Not impossible, though. Not impossible.
It's still possible, yeah. Definitely.
But they're definitely gonna make the washed Hundoers work for it. And
Yeah,
Shadow knows where the gold rupee is.
I
Okay.
think that's the first match for Watch Hundoers that goes over an hour.
Yeah.
And as said, they're a really scary team to go against, so just holding
Yeah.
up well against both of them is pretty impressive already.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Shadow's gonna have to do this again. I don't think he has enough time to get to the top.
Yeah, probably not.
He was trying to do a wind bomb up, but he didn't quite get it, and yeah, just not enough time. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the one huge advantage Pancake Turtle has over Shadow, is that he has the Rivali scale.
Yeah. And Shrimp finally marked the 10 books. Woo! That was... I feel like that could have been marked so much longer ago.
Now, was Schwem the one that was doing side quests previously? Did he have any?
I don't think so. All right. Both teams attempting this super gut check challenge again. Yeah, I don't have any side quests for Schwimp either. So does he go for the 11 side quests, or does he start doing the ancient bow shield too?
If they won't have any chance to win, he has to go for the ancient.
He's got to do both of them, yeah.
Yeah. He basically has to be faster than Kenzie, and then he has to also beat them to the side quests, which is pretty hard, but it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, Shadow ran out of time, so now having to do it again. Oh, yep, there he goes again. Pancake. Oh, Pancake. Again, just wind bombing just outside of the bounds. And yeah, I don't think he would have the stam food if he didn't just reload.
It looks like Schwamp is going for the ancient weapon bow and shield too, since he's fighting a guardian right now.
And most OP item in this game, a pot lid, can somehow fight off a guardian stalker. It's amazing.
Oh, we see Kenzie saving, ruining his bingo file.
Oh, I don't blame him. Like, we're at the point where we can't be losing minutes because of a bad autosave.
That's true, yeah. And if it comes down to the drop RNG of Guardians, you better be safe.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, I would think so, Sean, that the 11 side quest, but I just really think the Wash Hundoers think that Phantom Empire must have already been working on side quests. So, might as well just go with the ancient weapon bow and shield. Now, not only is he fighting a guardian, he's fighting the Hinox is chasing him too. And got sniped, yeah. Oh, you hate to see it. But, man, farming these guardian parts, this is why this goal takes a long time. It's just the farming of the weapons.
And we have Pancake Turtle reloading, it seems like. So
and snipe, again. The snipe. Shadow got it. Shadow got it.
Oh yeah, Shadow got it. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Now,
oh, the snipe.
This will be really tight now.
Yeah. This is a lot tighter than I think Wash Hundoers were hoping was going to come to, but now... I was about to say, is he going to try it one more time to maybe get it? Because it's well, it's not a side quest, it's just a mini game, but...
Yeah, there's no reason to do it now.
So he's probably thinking he doesn't have a whole lot of warp points. So...
Yeah, he must be going for side quests now. There's
he has
no reason to also go for the obtain ancient arrow bow and shield.
Yeah. I mean...
Well, maybe actually he could. I mean... It would be better for the chance to actually get it.
So yeah, Shadow better start rushing side quests for them to have a chance at this. Because poor Honsi once again got sniped by a guardian. Yep, getting the honey, so he's definitely gonna do Coco. So yeah, Pancake is... Hopefully, he's gotta go fast. Gotta go fast for this. Now, he definitely has the knowledge of where all the side quests are, but might not be super prepared, because usually when you're doing 100%, you're picking things up along the way. So that when you actually get to the point, you have everything you need to actually complete a side quest for a lot of them. So it's going to be remembering not only what the side quest is, but like, do I have everything, or can I quickly get what I need to actually complete the side quest? Yeah, Pancake is at the slight advantage. He does have one side quest.
Now Shadow is still moving around Plateau. I'm not really sure what he's up to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Unless he's looking for a goat for raw meat. I don't know what else he could be getting.
The quickest way to get meat from here is probably to just head into the forest and kill a boar.
Yeah. Because you can't use that because that one's already cooked. Yeah, Shadow's kind of looking. He had quick pause, probably looking up where you can get something. Alright, Concy is getting some ancient arrows.
That's probably a good play.
Yeah.
And we have Pancake Turtle heading to Kakariko, so we will be picking up the Coco Cookie quests.
Yeah.
And probably playtime with Kotla. Maybe he will be doing Blown the Coop, that's also relatively fast.
Arrows of Burning Heat.
That's a fast one too, yeah.
Yeah, their CAC is loaded with relatively quick and easy side quests.
Yeah, that's 6 already. With the one he has, he's at 7.
Hestu's Maracas isn't too far from here.
That's true, that's an easy one too.
And he has a Korok seed already. Number of times I went to do Hestu's Maracas without picking up a Korok seed and then realizing I needed one to actually complete the quest. But he did Koroks earlier, so he has the Korok seeds needed. Yeah, Shadow was baking an apple. You can get the one in Tabantha, which Pancake would have. He can easily get to Tabantha. And yeah, while Concy and Schwemp are just guardian hunting for parts. Realizing his square bomb was not detonated. Number of times that has happened. Staying at the end probably just for time of day for Shadow. And Pancake's just gonna talk to Coco for a little bit.
I must say, this really is an amazing match.
Yeah, it's. I did not think we'd be coming down to the last 2 goals. I really thought we would not see Ancient Weapon, Bow, and Shield having to be done.
Yeah, and it's amazing because this is the second really close match for Phantom Empire.
Yeah.
In a row. Because last week they were going against my team and it also came down to the last goal.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good match too. That was a good match. That's just fun. It's just again, it's stressful as a runner. But as a spectator, it's just so nice. Oh, and Concy missing the wind bomb and dying. Oh. He should have a pretty decent autosave, though, because he did just open a chest. And usually that will kick an autosave.
I'm hoping for a chance to see how many Guardian paths they each have.
Yes, yeah.
And Shadow is moving on with the side quests. So is Pancake Turtle. I don't know which of them is leading right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hard to follow all 4 of them.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see 2 races at the same time.
Yeah, it's such a good match. Such a good match.
And Phantom Empire really did an amazing job to come back from that lead.
Oh,
Shanghai
yeah.
said earlier. That's really hard to
Absolutely.
do. That's really hard to do.
But Pancake's doing Priceless Maracas. I know he did Playtime. I'm trying to think if he did all 4 Coco side quests. Yeah, I would probably also do shrines for the cores and the giant ancient cores, and then stalkers for everything else. The RNG drop for the cores and ancient cores can just be brutal.
Yeah, that's true. I think for Phantom Empire it's probably worth to bet on the good RNG, but if I was in Kenzi's shoes, I'd probably go with the shrines.
Yeah. Yeah, Shadow did have the tools side quest. Is Pancake's getting a horse? Oh, he's probably gonna do.
Yeah, that is a path side quest too.
Yeah.
Probably
Get
the
the
better
horse.
players clown the coop.
Yeah. I probably would have done Flown the Coop since I would have already been there. But this is a really fast one. But the nice thing about the wild horse side quest is you can bring a horse pretty close to the stable. It'll stay there, and then you just run up and grab it. That's a nice little trick, because sometimes getting horses can be tricky. I have very bad horse luck getting on them. But yeah, coming here, you have the horse side quest, and then you also have Misko the Bandit. And a couple of good wind bombs will get you right up there.
I'm still waiting for a chance to see each of Wem's and Kenzi's inventory.
Right? Alright, and oh, he baked an apple, so he'll probably go back to...
Was a quick look, but he has a good chunk of materials, Kenzi. So he might be leaving soon.
Yeah, stop. I'm pausing so fast. I can't read that fast. It's Shadows now in Castle. We've had quite a bit of Castle movement from both teams and both sides.
Yeah. Now Schwem basically needs good RNG right now, so
Yeah.
he might be able to beat Kenzi to the Guardian course.
Yeah, it's gonna be...
We have Kenzi killing the Stone Tarders here, so that's probably because he needs a lot of money for the weapons too.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea to stop and get a Talus and get a bunch of stuff. Oh, and Sean has a really good tip that I forgot about. Is that if get a Guardian Sword and chop off the Stalker's legs before killing them, because then you'll get more parts that way. If you pick them up before they die, you'll get more parts. Which,
That's true,
if you're
that's a good
farming
threat.
point... And if you use a Guardian Sword, then they come off in one hit. So... Alright. Pancake
Here we
now
have
has...
Kenzi warping. think he's going to Hatino Tech Lab.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I think if Jason's count is correct, Pancake should be at 6, and he's counting. Oh, oh, he's got a lot more. Okay. Little kids getting in the way. Excuse you. I just want to. They won't move. Fruitcake side quest, yeah. It's like, how do I get these kids to get out of my way?
And Currency is on his way to a color tech lab.
So he must have at least a lot of what he needs.
Yeah, he's still missing giant ancient cores, but he's probably going there just to light it first.
Yeah, if you light it, there is a giant ancient core and a regular core in the labyrinth and chest. So, that makes that easy too.
Also, I think there's a test of strength here. There's also a giant ancient core.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Alright, it looks like Pancake finally got the items he needed once those kids left.
I'm not completely sure on how many ancient core he needs. I think it's just a bow and the shield that need a giant ancient core, right?
I think so. But Jason's confirming yes.
Yeah, so the 2 he gets out of the shrines here are enough.
Yeah. Yeah, if the ancient weapons get done before the 11 side quests, I'm gonna be shocked.
Well, that's interesting. He's going for that shrine. That might actually be slower than doing the test of strength.
I mean, unless.
Okay, well, it's not slower. It's not slower.
No.
He just does it perfectly first try.
Of course he does. Yeah, that ball is a little unwieldy sometimes.
Why did I doubt him?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Pancake Turtle has quite a few side quests. He should be really close.
And we see Swamp also fighting the Talus here. So he's pretty much going for the same route.
Yeah. It's just, I can't believe it's coming down to side quests and ancient weapons.
Yeah, it's amazing that the side quests are on the board still even.
Right? Yeah, I agree.
They should have been gone a long time ago.
I mean, we would have been done if Pancake didn't have such trouble with the Super Gut Check challenge. Yeah, I think this is just a reminder that, like, even with Rivali, you still need some stamina food to be able to easily do it, because trying to rely on wind bombs, if you go just slightly out of the way,
yeah, and Shadow did play that really well too. I think it was its second attempt or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the casual strat with just some stam food really took it there. Yeah, Shadow got really... I mean, I am surprised that Amber Earrings went before the side quest, but Shadow got really good RNG with the Flint. Like, ridiculously good RNG with the Flint. And that that really helped, because sometimes just farming the flint can take forever.
Okay, it looks like Quincy is also doing the test of strength,
Okay, yeah.
which is a good play. I mean, he has some ancient arrows left still.
Mm-hmm. Pancake's gotta be getting close with the side quests. Shadow hasn't been to CAC, so he's left a lot of easy quests on the table right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's counting. There we go. That's it. That's
okay.
GG. That's 11. I was about to say he's had to be close with that. GG. What a match. Oh my gosh.
That was amazing. That was one of the best rounds I've seen ever.
Yeah, that was so good.
GG. That was
GG's. Oh my gosh, what a match.
Yeah, it was really close. It's amazing, amazing match.
I was getting my last last 5 side quests in Kakariko when 11 side quests was marked off.
Yeah. What a match. How do you guys feel? Like,
terrible.
We had
should have been finished 40 minutes ago.
We had a horrible early game.
Our early game was
yeah, because Schwemp forgot a bow for a hasty meal because he was lighting the fire with a bomb arrow, and that cost him the goal. And then I thought that the rubber tights was the stable one, not the shrine one. So
yeah.
I from the wrong place.
Yeah, those little mistakes definitely cost you a couple of those goals. But Pancake, super gut check challenge. Oh my gosh. Like, Pancake had been working on that goal for forever at that point when Shadow, you came in.
I single-handedly delayed the bingo by 40 minutes because I literally couldn't do it.
The gut check?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I failed it too. I failed it.
I failed for 20-25 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We would literally have been finished 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, I went to Satori to get the stam food so that I could actually do that quest because I knew that you had Rivali's Gale and I was scared because you can just Rivali's Gale up with the 300 rupees. But I thought that's what you were going to do, and I got so scared that you were going to snipe that.
Yeah, Pancake
I was stuck in it forever because I only had 2 gales.
Oh,
rip.
Yeah.
2 gales and then trying to do wind bombs and kept going just outside of bounds, so it was resetting and
oh no.
It was hard to watch. And then Shadow, you came really late, and then it was a race to see who could get it, and so you had quite the snipe there, and that's what pushed this to even a longer bingo. You know, chat was getting very excited about starting to see the farming for the ancient weapon bow and shield. For sure, we thought it was going to come down to that.
That's horrible. I hate the farming. It's so not fun.
It almost did come down to that. I was like 3 minutes away from finishing side quests. So
Yeah,
it was really close.
How far were you on the ancient shield and bow?
I was about to finish.
Yeah.
I was about to finish. I got no giant ancient cores, but I did get 2 ancient cores from the Guardians.
Okay. Yeah, I struggled to get 45 ancient springs. That's just a lot.
Oh yeah.
I struggled with gears because I got like nothing.
Oh,
Okay.
I just realized Tools of the Trade was a side quest, so I could have just had I just had to do the Coco quest, and I would have been done with side quests. Wow.
Yeah. it
is close.
Yeah, I mean, Pancake had one side quest, and you guys were kind of close, but I think Pancake had just some slightly better positioning to get side quests faster. And that's ultimately what it came down to. But it was a race to see who was going to get the side quest first, who's going to be farming faster, who gets better RNG. Shadow, you had amazing Flint RNG.
Oh, I got so lucky. I got 3 flint from 1 ore deposit, and yeah.
It was, it was the emote bless earlier, I would have to say. But yeah, you had amazing Flint RNG, and I think that helped you get Amber. Like, we were all surprised Amber Earrings went before 11 side quests because no one wants to have to farm Flint.
But it's easy. Like, there's that one spot in Elden where you can get so much flint from just the peblets.
Yeah.
And then you can also go to, like, I went to Namaka Oz after to get the last few pieces because it's like the same thing there.
Yeah. We were impressed with your amazing Flint RNG for that.
Yeah, I got so lucky. And then I got a diamond, 2 topaz, and 1 ruby from 1 rare ore deposit when I was collecting. So I just got lucky with the RNG there.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, we need to talk about book locations. Schwemp.
Oh.
I struggle a lot on that.
We've both never done that goal before, and we don't know where the books are, and the object map doesn't help with those.
No.
Yeah, and that goal is a little bit more challenging without the DLC. There's a lot more books when you add in the DLC, but with no DLC, it's a bit more challenging for sure. But yeah, we were wondering like if you were like purposefully delaying that goal because it just seemed like you were kind of going all over the place.
Yeah, that last book, I hated that book. I just struggled so hard on that because I saw Rivali's Diary, like, oh, I could go there. I just looked it up. It was DLC. I'm like,
yeah.
Are there any books in Rito?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the cookbook? Oh, there's a cookbook in Rito.
There might be also the one at the lower hut there. I think there's a book too, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jason and Sean have confirmed there's the cookbook in Rito. I forgot about that one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah. Were there any other big snipes besides Hasty Meal, Super Gut Check, and
no, not
to be
really.
honest, not you just took different routes on the board, and the real race just what's at the end with 11 side quests and obtain ancient weapon, bow, and shield.
Yeah.
Just curious, who was ahead on ancient bow, weapon, shields?
Currency was.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Pancake obviously was ahead on side quest. It was also a snipe at the beginning. Or I already said it, but the rubber tights because I thought it was at the wrong location.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. Like I know the 3 location of the rubber set, but I can't tell you which one's which.
Yeah, all I know is that the rubber armor is the one that no one wants to do.
Yeah, no one wants to do Under Plateau.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, as Fook said, you guys kind of went and did your own separate things. So other than like at the very end, there really weren't any snipes like Super Gut Check Challenge and just the race for the side quests and ancient stuff. So, yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting because it really did come down to the end because you guys weren't really working on anything at the same time. So,
yeah,
it was always I would go to start a quest and then it would be marked off. Like I went and did like 2 Koroks and then for Tabantha and it got marked off. I went to Rito to start the Divine Beast and it got marked off.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going against, people who've run 100%.
I should have kept that goal for a while longer because actually doing the Divine Beast and remaking the weapon takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of surprised that Koroks went a little bit earlier than we were expecting, just because I know, Shadow, how much you hate doing Koroks, so I figured like you were going to be putting
do.
those off, and because
I'm fine with every region except for Lanayru, and Lanayru wasn't on there, so it was okay.
Yeah. And knowing that, Konsi and Schwemp have done 100%, that they would be really quick and efficient with the Koroks, we figured that they might hold off on a little bit, knowing that, Schwemp and Shadow aren't as keen to do the Korok goals. So
that's what I was thinking. That's why I went for Tabantha Koroks. Because I had a feeling they were holding off on them. But it turns out that's not what was happening.
No. This was a really good match.
I did them while moving towards the Divine Beast. Mary. But Anna, I don't think this board was super fun to play because there's a lot of long goals on it, like a lot of long goals that require very different stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know 10 books would be that long, and I don't think it's supposed to be that long.
I mean, it's probably not supposed to be that long, but
yeah,
Weapon, Bow, and Shield is long.
That's the 25. Yeah.
5 Towers is really long, not because the 5 Towers in themselves is long, but because there's like 5 minutes worth of cutscenes in it.
Yep.
And then killing all the enemies in the Colosseum is a long goal. Remaking Champion Weapon or Shield is a long goal. It's I don't know, it feels like there's 4 more long goals than there should be. But
well, I mean, with the 10 books, according to Mrs. Spock, there's 4 in Castle, and there's at least 6 in Hatno. So if you hit Hatno and Castle, that's 10. I don't know where the 6 are offhand in Hatno, but I know that there are a couple. So 10 books, if you know where they are, isn't that bad, but you have to know where they are. And like I said, it is a little bit longer without the DLC because there's more in stables when you add in DLC. So, and then 3 in CAC. So, yeah, it's if you don't know where they are, it can be a pretty long goal. So,
yeah.
All right. Any last comments from our runners?
No, I honestly think it was like a board with a lot of new goals, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, it was hard to, like, a lot of us haven't done these goals before.
Yeah,
so
it makes it interesting.
Yeah, also there wasn't really a quick goal to get except any hasty meal. Everything else is
there was one black goal.
Yeah. But this was an absolutely delightful match to watch. GG's to all of our runners because this was a really good match, and both sides played well, and Phantom Empire coming back from the deficit and making it as close as it was. Congratulations, because that's not easy to do. So
thank you.
All right, well, our next scheduled match is Friday, March 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern versus it's Sponsor Us Raising Canes versus Glotties. This is round 2 of the winners bracket. Hopefully we'll have more matches to be scheduled soon, but Jason, I don't know if you want to come on and say anything else, but thanks again to our restreamer Jason, who's restreamed all of these matches. So thanks again. We will be rating Limcube today. So yeah, I don't know if Jason has anything else to add, but other than that, we'll be rating Limcube. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, congratulations to our runners, and thank you to Fuchs for being such an amazing co-host. And yeah, thanks everyone. Go follow our runners, and we will catch you soon. Take care.